Hello, and welcome to another week of the Abuse Cartoons live stream. So back again. Hey K5, I wonder if you're back yet from your Munchie run. Hey Damon. Hey Kane Bartlett. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. I don't know what... Thanks for watching. Yeah, this is just the weekly live stream to draw the single panel cartoons for domestic abuse. So this is all on gocomics.com. So there's a link in the description, and I will be looking at the comments from previous weeks so you can see what that website looks like. But that's where the archive of all of this lives. Alright, so just a little warm up. Yeah, so it's still horrible rain here, a lot of flooding and things, and a lot of infections, and everyone is saying I told you so. Anybody that was kind of anti-Olympics here is very I told you so right now. But But at least Japan is not pulling out of a 20-year military conflict that accomplished nothing. They learned their lessons in the 30s and 40s. So I hope everyone is doing well. And let me know if there's any issues. Yeah, maybe the microphone's a little further away. Let me know if there's any issues with sound or picture. Yeah, I'm trying not to get the too much background noise. Let me just double check where we are here. Yeah. All right. That should do it. Yeah, let me know if anything sounds lower or stranger than usual. And the camera is lower than usual. Okay. Let's try that. Always some adjustment. And the camera literally never moves. I just like tilt it up and down. But I guess that's always always an issue. The microphone is always moving around and being used for other things. So we'll talk a little bit. Oh yeah, so the weekly podcast that we do for the Upturned table channel, that's going to happen tomorrow because I've got more fun and games with the hospital this week. So instead of Friday, it's usually every Friday, it's going to be Wednesday lunchtime in Japan, so like Tuesday evening. So just tomorrow's live stream. But I had to get it done, this week. I didn't want to skip another one. I had to skip it last time because of the all the recovery time. Hey K5, how's it going? So weekly will be tomorrow, just so we can get it out of the way a little bit earlier, because I'll be doing some more pain and suffering for another week, and just what I need, another hole in my head. But that's what we're that's what we're doing. Yeah. But oh, there we go. Come on. There we go. So, yeah, no big ideas. I wanted to draw something a little more kinetic or something a little mid-air maybe this week. Things have been very static recently in the cartoons. So maybe something falling apart or falling down would be good. I'll try a stack of books or something for now. See what that does. Alright. Oh yeah, so like I showed you that crazy picture from what was 2 weeks ago. I have to have another little thing that could be skin cancer like cut out of my head. So I'm back to the hospital on Thursday here, so that's going to mean another week of recovery, and so there won't be a good opportunity to do the the weekly live on Friday. So we'll do it tomorrow, and I think that works well for Chris too. I think Chris has a scheduling problem. They keep Chris works for an English teaching company here in Japan. But they keep losing teachers, of course, to the people going home, not wanting to be in a foreign country during a pandemic. And they don't replace them. There's no way to replace them. So now they're making their office staff teach lessons. Chris is miserable dealing with that. It's just endless with that company. So, yeah. So it's good. It worked out perfectly that I had stuff. So yeah, it's going to be another week of Yeah, well, I've known about it for a while, and I just didn't think it was anything that serious. But I guess it was. I guess they diagnosed it. It's not malignant. It's just one of those things that the unmelanated grow in there as they get older. No, it's just a UV playing with your skin cells. So this is the other one. There were two, and then they decided to go after the more aggressive looking one last time. This is two. And this has been Medical Updates with Abuse Cartoons. This is not a good looking book. So I'm just going to have, between now and then I'll have some more fun recovery time. Yeah, it's pretty miserable, but nothing compared to real surgery, so that's good. It's just that because they make a hole and then they pull everything together, so your head is feeling like a like a drum head, or there's like tension, so you don't want to make any sudden expressions or move too quickly because you don't know which way things are going to get pulled, so it feels a little weird. But yeah, I guess I'm going to have to start a collection of hats or something for the summer here. But yeah. But I talked to my family back home about it, and yeah, it's pretty much every male in the family that spends too much unprotected time outside has this kind of nonsense. But but it's not harmful. It doesn't connect. This is not good. It doesn't connect with you can't get into your bloodstream or anything, which is really I think I talked about this before, though, after the first surgery. But in Japan, people, non-Caucasian people, if they have skin cancer, that's a very serious situation because they should have plenty of protection, their whole life from it. So if your body is like, growing tumors on your skin, that's a sign of something much more severe. So they originally, the doctors freaked out and were like talking about doing really severe procedures, like really extreme severe procedures, but they were convinced otherwise, and they just didn't, especially the hospital that I'm at. I'm in the older side of Japan, so maybe much fewer foreign patients. So they initially were really worried and were giving me this worst case scenario, which sounded pretty horrible. But then they realized it's no big deal. Just as long as you keep on top of it, keep removing it, it's not going to do anything. And yeah, this is just the type of thing that it is. It doesn't interact with your body. It's not like your pancreas or lungs or anything. It's not going to spread because it's not really connected the same way, to your bloodstream or any other circulating parts of your body. Oof, that's not good. Okay, maybe books is not going to happen. Yeah. Well, thanks, K5. Yeah, it went fine the last time. It's just a little painful, and they don't believe in heavy pain meds here. They love to feel the pain, so I just get some, jacked up ibuprofen is about all. So it's okay. It's not too bad. Better than, having your wisdom teeth pulled or whatever. Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing that here without good Tylenol 3. I think I didn't even feel it when I was a teenager because of Tylenol with codeine. That's a miracle pain medicine. I bet they don't even prescribe that anymore. Well, I don't know. I mean, America seems to still be in love with its hardcore pain meds. That's how everyone ends up on heroin. But yeah, it's very they're really weird and careful here. I guess because they're just very scared of addictions and things. That's a better book. I didn't think I was still trying to draw books, but yeah, it's a better looking book. So yeah, another day of ridiculousness. Like I'll leave the hospital with that crazy bandage again, because they want to do like a pressure bandage thing, and the only way to do that is like wrap your head like a mummy. So yeah, that's my new look, I think, from now on. But yeah, second time, and I'm sure there'll be another time, in the far future, I'm sure, before I'm done. I'll have a couple more of these. But yeah, that's the thing I've known. There's a few relatives, of my wife's family that have had brain tumors, like small brain tumors that they've operated on, and they've all been fine. Like they've, been very easy procedures and have taken care of it. So that's pretty amazing that they can be so nonchalant about that. And it's kind of one of those things. Well, we could go in, or we could wait and see, and yeah, but opening your head. I mean, stuff on the surface is bad enough. I can't imagine them digging around in there, trying to remove something that may or may not be a problem. Fun stuff. Yeah, and probably more unfun news. Probably this Friday we're going to talk about Steve Perrin, the creator of RuneQuest. Passed away just recently, so we'll probably talk about that. And it's really sad because his wife just got really sick. Like, she just went into hospice care. So I think there was a fundraiser for her, or he did like a GoFundMe or something, or there was like a charity, and now he passed away. It's horrible. So basically all the old guard of role play will be gone, and it'll be left to the Twitter the Twitter crowd to pass judgment. Oh yeah, that's another weird one. I think it's pouring again. Yeah, we're gonna have some crazy flooding. They have there's a few small rivers in this part of the country that have these big cement kind of canals built around them, and they always look ridiculous because there's just a small amount of water, flowing, and these huge built-up cement kind of barricades. But it's nice because then there's like cherry trees and things growing over, kind of like a tunnel. But the reason that they do is because during some of these flooding times, it literally goes up to the edge of the. So these things are like maybe 20, 25 feet deep, above the regular water level, and the rivers expand that much during heavy flooding times. So there's pictures of them like almost overflowing to the edge. So I always wondered what that was for, and it's for this, the rare extreme rain and flooding times like now. Yeah, very odd. And the temperature keeps going up and down. Like, we don't have like summer temperatures now. It's kind of cool, and then it gets warm sometimes, based on the which front is coming and going. All right, something that's not a book. Let's try that. Yeah, right. Yeah, I've been kind of putting it off for a while of having anybody take a look at anything. Because I didn't think it was anything important, but yeah, I guess it's good to deal with. That's just depressing how, like, towards the end of your life, like the older you get, just the more your health is just this like ever-present issue in your life. That's all you're talking about. And like your small talk with people your same age is just like, what meds are you on, and what procedure did you just have. That's so depressing how like most of your time is just spent in like hospital waiting rooms. Even if you're relatively healthy, you've got all of this, and they're really obsessed with you know, annual checks and upkeep and everything here. So you do a lot more interaction with a doctor than you would in the U.S., which is good and bad because they find everything early, so it doesn't kill you. But you know, you have a lot more procedures in your lifetime here. Come on, stop drawing books. Right. Yeah, so that was kind of sad. I mean, everyone is getting up there. Everyone is, that, you know, is making games in the 70s, is in their 70s or 80s now. So depending on, you know, because luckily or hopefully they were teenagers, you know, during the some of the glory days. But yeah, now they're all getting into their 80s, so everyone's dropping. There we go. It's better. Oh yeah, the I do I'm the kind of editor, webmaster for another website by a cartoonist that, or a historian, like a cartoon historian that writes a bunch of stuff about cartooning history, and maybe in the last, and maybe like 5 to 7 years, the obituary section of the website, like we do like updates about every 2 weeks. The obituary section keeps growing and growing. It just becomes, you know, more and more known cartoonists and things pass away. So that's just all you do, is you spend the rest of your life outliving people until you stop living, and then they outlive you. Depressing. Yeah, that's funny. Oh wow. Oh man. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, 20K. That's insane. I mean, nobody should be straddled with that kind of, you know, debt for a hospital. That's just insane. That's gotten so out of control. Just with that, you know, kind of war between the doctors and the insurance companies. And it all started because, like, I guess in the 70s, the doctors were just cheating and overbilling, and then the insurance companies caught on, and they started being really restrictive, and now they've got this chokehold on the hospitals. And so that's why hospitals, everything is like $1,000. Like every test is so expensive because they're just assuming you know, insurance is going to pay for that, and insurance pays for less and less of that. It's just insane. Okay, no more of this. Yeah, but then you have a country like Japan with a decent national insurance company, which an insurance program, which I'm sure is being scammed in some way. There's always someone, you know, in the bureaucracy or whatever, just like, you know, skimming. But you know, with this crazy silvering population here, that's got to be an insane burden on the on that system, on that insurance system, because there's so many people that are using that, and basically are almost every day, you know, doing something medical. So using that insurance much more than maybe they even anticipated. So that can't be easy to keep running either. So I have no idea what a good solution is, because you just can't put that burden on the younger generations because they're smaller and smaller. So yeah, I have no idea what to do. But yeah, I don't mind the language barrier when I don't have to you know, avoid the hospital because of the expense. Fun topics. Jeez, I'm gonna talk about something else, not death and sickness. Yeah, how about Afghanistan? That's been all over everything I'm trying to look at for world news. All the American news is just the pullout. Yeah, it's so funny. That's like my life started, basically at the beginning, when I was a little kid, was the pullout of Vietnam. And now I'm getting middle-aged and they're pulling out of Afghanistan. Amazing. Yeah, what was the nickname for Afghanistan? Is like the graveyard of empires, something like that, based on the everyone's experience of trying to tame the wild the wild mountains. Okay, it's not doing anything. Yeah, Olympics. Yeah, Paralympics is going on now, so everyone is just I told you so, I told you so about the infections, infection rates. So infections are out of control, worse than they've ever been in Japan, because people are just kind of traveling freely. And this week is still kind of the the visit your hometown at the end of summer holiday in Japan. Obon, it's called, and it's kind of like a Japanese Day of the Dead. You go to the cemetery and kind of bring the spirit of your deceased ancestors back with you to the house, and you have some ceremonies and things, and then you return them at the end of the holiday. So it's a lot about kind of celebrating and honoring the dearly departed, and so a lot of people travel to their hometowns for that, because the family cemeteries and also the butsudon, the shrines, the household shrines, are usually in the grandparents' house. That's very sketchy style. So a lot of people have been traveling for that, so that's going to have another big effect, I think, on things. But yeah, right now, everyone is just like, I knew we shouldn't have had those Olympics. But yeah, I don't know how you could not. That would have looked really strange. And I love that China said, well, we won the Olympic medal count because, of course, Taiwan and Hong Kong belong to us. So it's all China. It's all China. That was lovely. All right. Something else. Nothing is kind of airborne here. I'm not drawing anything. Everything's pretty static. Yeah, so I don't know. So I think we've got a couple more weeks of the Paralympics. And I had a friend that worked at a, I don't know what you would call it. It wasn't quite physical therapy, but it was kind of training and things for the, I guess physical therapy for the handicap. And so he was going to be involved as staff for the Paralympics, but I don't know if he got cut or if they limited the number or not, because I think for Paralympics the staff is even greater to run some of the events, so I'm not sure though. But yeah, that's all happening. It's funny though, it doesn't get the TV coverage or anything. It's just like, oh yeah, it's the thing that we do after, but it doesn't have the the same sort of coverage at all. All right. Yeah, I have no idea. Wow, yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's really coming down. Sounds like someone's spraying a garden hose at the side of the house. Oh yeah, what did I hear This was just like a little like news headline or whatever, but or maybe it was like a Reddit post or something. But somebody was saying that their parents were getting divorced after they've been married for 52 years because the medical bills are so crazy that the husband knows he's going to die well before his wife and doesn't want to leave her with all those bills. So they're going through just like on paper divorce. They're still living together and everything, but they're just doing an on paper divorce so that his medical debt doesn't follow her after he's gone. So depressing. Yeah, really, gotta love that. It's funny how many stories you hear about people having to do like weird adoptions or divorces or things just to kind of get around bad laws that are gonna, screw them in taxes or something, and so they have to just manipulate the system by, doing weird adoptions or, kind of changing the family structure just to avoid some weird, financial situation or whatever. Yeah. I don't even remember what those little doors on VHS tapes look like. Something like that. But yeah, that's going to become... And I think they can call you on that. Like, they can, rule certain, divorces or things invalid if they think you're only doing it for financial reasons. So that would really suck. It's for them to invalidate a divorce or something after the fact just to get paid. So where... No, this isn't right. Because this is where like a label would go, right? Couldn't you put like a label in a center? That's like a DAT tape. Put a label in the center of a VHS tape. So, oh, that's right. So there were just the two windows on the side. You saw the two reels here and here. And you put a label between them. So you could tell if you were being kind and rewinding. That's right. That's right. Wow. Shaky hands today. And almost no coffee. That's funny. Yeah, I've noticed since the my second dose, my muscle everything is very strange. Like I feel really kind of weak and don't have just kind of the hands. I'm dropping things and stuff and don't have like the hand strength and stuff that I did before. So I think there was some like weird muscle damage that I'm gonna need to recover from. Yeah, because I could definitely feel that's where I was. That's where most of the activity was. It's like my shoulders and arms and leg muscles and stuff felt really weird after the second dose. Kind of like that. Originally was that soreness that you feel like when the body aches and stuff when you have the flu, but it lingered, and it's not painful now. It's just like this weird weakness. So I wonder if I like actually lost muscle tissue. Drawing a smash room. What's a smash room? Oh, nice. Wow, that sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, removing a rear axle and transmission. Wow. What's a smash room? Like a just a decimated all right, VHS. Oh, well, something. Yeah, this is a pretty extreme angle. I don't know why there's a pencil. The pencil is just bearing witness. right. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's not a bad. That's not a bad thing. Is just to see what's going on. Yeah, just the overall feels very not the same. But I guess you're supposed to. I mean, I'm not quite 2 weeks out. Like next or Thursday, it will have been 2 weeks. So I guess I'm still. Whoa. Yeah, there still could be effects. So hopefully, start to feel normal. But I don't know. It's always funny. It's hard to tell like aging things and like things that how do I say this? But if like things happen to you, like accidents or injuries or whatever, and then you're changed, like you feel physically different, but it also maybe coincide with some kind of like aging milestone. So you don't know if it's the effect of an injury or just you were getting that way anyhow. Yeah, it gets kind of weird when you're trying to figure out what's normal, because you have to keep, just like I guess when you were a kid you had to keep adjusting to your new height and new size. Now you have to keep adjusting to your lack of facility, your lack of recovery, lack of endurance, and all that stuff. You just have to figure out, is this normal? I guess this is how bad I am at this or whatever. But yeah, it's funny. Ah, oh, nice, nice. Nice. Oh, I don't know if I have the ability to draw that many. Yeah. Oh, that's funny though. Smash Room. That makes sense. That was usually just any abandoned house you found when I was a kid. It's like the things we hit with bats. Yeah, and you never know. That's the funny thing. Is like there's like these weird abandoned houses and cars in the middle of nowhere and whatever, but someone is actually saving that. Like that's their storage method for yeah, someday this old house will rebuild this or remodel this, or someday we're gonna take this old rusted car and do something with it. It's always valuable. So you gotta be careful what you smash in the countryside. My brother and I learned that very young. Uh, all right. And this. Jeez. Yeah, I can't draw a straight line. I'm getting that Charles Schultz wiggle in the lines that I'm drawing now. All right. Yeah, just the corners. All right. And so then we can draw what? Packing peanuts or something? Yeah. I'm right on the edge of kind of west. Or no, no. Kansai's the whole area. So no, I'm kind of in the middle of Kansai area. Yeah, I'm trying to think. No, I don't have my geography very well. No, I guess I'm not Western Kansai. I'm always thinking that the city is east of us, but the bigger city is east of us. Osaka is actually west of us. So yeah, we're kind of in the middle. I don't know if I'm east or west Kansai. Maybe more eastern than anything else, but yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Because there's Western Kansai is where all the empty houses and stuff are, so I can understand them trying to do something like that. Set something up like that because there's a lot of empty buildings. Yeah, they said. I think I said that already. all the people that wanted to flee Hong Kong after the takeover, there literally was a house for every person that wanted to leave Hong Kong empty in Japan. There's such a weird housing issue because the younger families don't move into small towns. They don't stay anywhere near. They want to move into suburbs of cities where their jobs are. So there's a lot of empty houses. Yes, that makes sense. Western Kansai, yeah. So Western Kansai is very close. I'll have to check that out. That's funny though. I'm curious to see the kind of Japanese people that would be okay. It's probably just a bunch of office workers that hate their jobs, that have to vent. This actually just looks like popcorn. Peanuts are more just like an S shape, right? Something like that. But from different angles, they wouldn't all look S-shaped. So. Oh, I think I fucked up my film on my resin printer. I did a test. It was the first time I'd built supports. I got these models that weren't pre-supported, and so I built supports on them, and I went too thin, I guess, and the model actually fell off, or pieces of it fell off the supports as I was printing. So all I printed was a platform and supports, and there must have been some small piece floating. There was nothing stuck to the film, so it was fine, but there must have been something floated. I should have filtered the resin before I printed again. So there must have been some small thing that was hard enough that when the print surface came down again to start the new print, it kind of made a divot. It pushed something hard into the film. So I've got a little damage. I think I'm gonna have to learn how to replace the film. I don't think it's that difficult, but we'll see, because it's they make it obviously a consumable part. But I just hope I can have the same results. I was getting really good results before, so I just hope I don't fuck anything up. But again, always with 3D printing, there's some maintenance, and I guess the people that love that aspect of it, that's a joy to, but I don't like having to. That'd be like having an inkjet printer or whatever that was constantly fucking up, that you had to always. Replace parts and things on after you make 10 copies, and then you have to pull some rollers and things, belts off of it. I guess it's just new technology. And these are all basically, build yourself kits that somebody has built in a little Chinese workshop for you. A lot of these printers are meant to just be kits anyhow. All right, I'm exploiting the digital medium here, and so maybe a invoice or something. Fluttering away. Yeah, so Kansai is the western part. It's Kanto and Kansai are kind of like where the two bigger cities are in Japan. But traditionally, Kansai, the area was called Kinki, Kinki. The word for Kansai is Kinki, and so the university that I work with was Kinki University. And for foreigners, that's a great name. I would definitely love a sweatshirt that said Kinki University, but they've tried to get away from that name because of the kind of snicker, the laughs and the giggles that generates. So no more Kinki University, but the Kansai area is also called Kinki. I think that's just the older name for it. Alright, and so maybe some tape on the box. Where is the box? Oh no, not the LCD, just the clear membrane on the vat. Yeah, the replaceable part. But you know how it's got that nice tension, that factory tension. So I put a little kind of dent in it, so I don't think it's like springing back as good. And so if anything like overlaps that little kind of divot, it didn't break the film, but it has like a little imperfection in it now. But I just hope I can figure out how to tighten the film back. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't break the screen. That would suck. But the printers are so cheap now. I think the Anycubic, their smallest resin printer, which is actually not much smaller than the one I have, is $99 right now. It's insane. Yeah, because just a couple years ago they were like 300. So it's all coming down to yeah, very affordable. But it's that weird Chinese thing though, where it's also kind of disposable, because literally buying the film, you know, I could buy that new printer instead of the film to replace it, because oh wait, no, so the tape would be here, so it's getting close to the same price, and that's so Chinese. You know, you don't repair anything, everything is disposable. You wear clothing once and throw it away. So it's going to be scary when 3D printers are just these use once and pitch kind of deals. Okay, and then a tape square here. There we go. All right. Hey Joe, how's it going? Oh, this one. There we go. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Enjoying all the Vietnam similarities that are being thrown around the news right now. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so that's at least something is happening, moving. This is really wrong, isn't it? That looks really wrong. I think I'll redraw that. Yeah, I want to make it a little more, projecting a little bit more. Oh, has anybody seen that Nicolas Cage movie, Color from Space? Kind of like an alien invasion kind of movie. It's based on a Lovecraft story. I just read the Lovecraft story, so I was curious. And it's Richard Stanley, so he like does not make a lot of movies. So I was curious if it was any good. It's a good combination there. Yeah, I could definitely use the stress relief. Yeah, seriously, if I find something like that, I'll definitely stream that. That would be really fun. Busting stuff up. All right. Yeah, I think that'll work for this. Oh, all right. So I'm gonna have a book based on a movie only on VHS. Something like that. All right. Yeah, right. Yeah, that was a really shitty thing to be stuck with as an incoming president. Is like, okay, how are we gonna get out of this? How is this not gonna be a fucking nightmare? Yeah, the thing that was the most depressing is the people that worked with the U.S., like being translators or guides, or like helping the military get the lay of the land and stuff. They were the first ones to, get that knock on the door and drug out in the street and shot when the new regime takes over. It's just like, and they were supposed to have visas. Like, somebody was saying that there were supposed to be visas for everybody that like formally assisted the military, is basically like on like local staff or whatever. And they said, they didn't come through. We got to go. That is so fucked up. So, don't be a friend of the U.S. It's not going to benefit you in any way. So that, that just means it's going to be more and more known to not, what's the word? Cooperate. Because there is no benefit to it. You're just going to get dumped when, things go tits up. Yeah, that's just insane. We don't need any more of those historic photos of people holding on to helicopters, landing gear. I think we had enough of those. Yeah, it's just crazy. And China's having a laugh because they've never done anything. They've never made any mistakes. But China's enjoying it because they never have the, even if something like this happens, there's never the bad press from it because the press doesn't doesn't get out. So they don't have to deal with this kind of shitty press. I think that's right. For stuff like this, which is so funny. I was watching a thing on the what China thinks is a soft empire, meaning they pay influencers or the young Chinese to do propaganda. So even I guess even TikTok is behind the Great Firewall in China, and probably because it's just a gateway to prostitution. But they have a program that's I don't know how they're measuring this, but it's increased by 500% in recent years. Where they're paying, it's like a job to get a VPN and go on the social media platforms, and just you can do whatever you want, but you're basically need to be plugging how amazing China is. You just kind of do propaganda, follow this like kind of party line script propaganda for the Chinese party, and it's funny because most of it is just responses to obvious like common criticism of China. So it's not like like Japan's soft empire is showing you like cherry blossoms and geisha and Mount Fuji and stuff, just like the natural beauty and the old culture of China. And China's soft empire is like, we're not stupid, we're not dirty, look how clean it is, there's no coronavirus here. Like that's all they do is just answer all the criticisms that the world has. So they don't quite know how that's supposed to work, I think. So they're not creating any good feelings. They're just like repeating these weird party lines about, just refuting anything that anyone has said that China is. So I thought that was pretty funny. So is there... maybe nothing there, just on the spine. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, that's amazing. They left so much equipment there. So yeah, don't go back into Afghanistan because you're going to be attacked with American drones. It's so sad. and America is getting so good at creating refugee problems. So already everyone is, Canada and I think European countries are like, welcome Afghani refugees. That's so sad. That's our biggest, foreign product is refugees of conflicts. And maybe I'll do both. If I can get this to work. Wow. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot what a VHS tape looks like. Like the configuration. All right. Nah. No, I think it was much better spent on left behind military surplus for the Taliban. Yeah, that's so crazy that there was that much. But it wouldn't. It wouldn't go where it was needed anyhow. They're already criticizing so many of these local mayors and governors and everything with all of the money has already been allocated. There's already money out there to help relief for landlords and tenants and all the people that are having financial trouble from the pandemic, and none of it is getting distributed. It's just sitting. Well, local bureaucrats vote on it. But if it's already been... Oh, what am I doing? If it's already been, set aside for that specific use, what are they deciding? I guess they're deciding how much of it they're going to skim for their other little special interest programs. They want to rename some parks and streets and things, so they're going to use some of that money. All right, am I doing this right? Yeah, it just doesn't seem to be having much effect. All right, so I guess this whole side will try to shade. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if Afghanistan went on so long just because there was no president that wanted to take the hit, have those photos taken of helicopters leaving and everything, and everyone's like, yeah, not going to be my legacy, not going to be my legacy. They leave it for Biden. All right. Yeah, the white highlight reads much better, and maybe I'll do, little plastic windows. There, VHS. Do you remember? Oh. What's going on? Is it? Where's the book? I don't know where all those weird speckles are coming from. Something I didn't draw well. All right. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. I'm sure the Toyota Corporation appreciated the contract. The most popular small pickup. Yeah, I don't know why the cover is bent, and it's supposed to kind of be a hardback book, but what are you going to do? It's not 100% realism we're going for. Uh, another lesson not learned by the American military industrial complex. All right. I wonder how many phrases I've said are on the YouTube don't say list. Whoops. Oh, I noticed. Obviously, the R word, as in like sexual assault R word, is a no on YouTube, because I was watching this this like true crime documentary, and they were trying to talk about the the crimes of this serial killer, and they had to bleep that word out every time it came up, and he did it a lot. So there was so much censor bleeping on this documentary. It was like, why not just find another phrase for it? Because it wasn't like taken from television or whatever. It was an original scripted thing. Why not just use another word if it's already, you know that you can't, if you're making something for YouTube and you can't use a specific term, why would you possibly write that in a script? That was funny. Just beep, 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 beep. But it had kind of that South Park effect where you're like, woof. He did a lot of that. Because the beat kind of brings a lot more attention to it than it would otherwise have. All right. Maybe on the label, very visible. They're both... I don't know why there's a pencil. Oh man, it's not bringing up. Yeah, VHS, vintage. Nice. Oh yeah, that's the insane part is that money that was just left and all that equipment could definitely go to veterans hospitals and groups that are ridiculously underfunded, not doing their job. There's like so much suicide and uncovered uncompensated expenses and things. I mean, basically, if you served your country in that way and like lost a leg or an arm or any anything, you should have a very easy life after that. The whole country should be thanking you for the rest of your life, so that you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And obviously that's not the case. Yeah, it's just insane. Oh, there's a bright box color. That'll be a good contrast against the ugly tape color. How's that? Yeah. Wow, nailed it. Yeah, that looks pretty convincing. Yeah, so not much else. Yeah, we're still... Oops. There we go. It's still Olympic talk, and should we or shouldn't we have had the Olympics here? I guess it's kind of pointless to discuss it now, because it already happened, and whatever effect it's going to have, it is already having. But still, those daytime talk shows in Japan have to talk about something. Yeah, it's really interesting. There's no equivalent of The View or even those like point counterpoint kind of I forget what they're called, like Frontline or whatever, those people yelling over each other kind of news shows here, it is always literally some old Japanese guy telling people how it is, and everyone going, "Ah, yes, ah, yes." So, you know, just because of your age, you don't have to have like any diplomatic experience or anything. You're just considered, your opinion is considered so superior. Maybe I'll just do this. That people just have to sit and listen to it. And it's really bizarre. I wonder if American television used to be more like that. If it was just like we were waiting for old guys to tell us what to think more. Or dismiss opinions. Like they'll ask somebody young, well, what do you think? And they're like, wrong. It's so weird. Very, very old style, very antiquated feeling. All right. And let me put some other color on this invoice of some kind. Yeah, so that's very, very different when there's all these, when there's topics like the infections, caused by by the holiday travel, and then Olympics. There's only one correct opinion. Yeah, so not a lot of discussion on topics, and so that was a thing that if any Japanese student wanted to go to a foreign university, especially American university, they had to learn how to debate and how to like state their point of view, because they get no experience doing that in schools in Japan. So it's a very it's a skill they just don't have, because you're not allowed to disagree with your teachers or elders, basically. So, yeah, it's a new thing to learn if you're gonna... Because I think that's the biggest nightmare for the foreign Japanese student is the first day in class and the teacher says, what do you think? And they're like, I don't. I've never been allowed to. Is that a correct answer? Yeah, so very different. But that's even reflected in like daytime talk shows and things. It's like, well, what does the old guy think? Because that's what I think. So very different style. Whoa. There we go. All right, look at all that popcorn. Or packing peanuts, actually. That's what they are. Packing peanuts. Yeah, that's right. That's right. He was a veteran. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Nice. Oh, yeah, right. Of course, yeah, all the particles that were in the the alcohol. Yeah, that's what I've been doing with the ethanol is just putting it in big 2-liter clear plastic PET bottles, they call them here, just the big tea bottles, and just putting them in the sun, and all the solids just solidify and just settle out of it, and then you can filter it out. So I've been able to use the same 2 liters of alcohol over and over again. I'm sure at some point it's going to lose some sort of effectiveness, but yeah, you can just settle that stuff right out of there. Yeah, that must have been scary too. Plus it's gonna the resin that's on the uncured resin that was on the model is going to start curing, so you have a loss of detail. Yeah, I'm just glad I didn't do any more damage. It'd been a while since I had done a print, and this company offered some of their models. I think they might have been the same sculpts from their board game, that one big giant board game that I unboxed, but it was the same sort of character models. And I just wanted to do a test print, but the ones that they included weren't supported, so I built my own supports and did not do it very well, because all I printed was supports. And the model just came off and was like, some part of it was just floating around in the vat. Yeah, no problem, Joe. I totally I hear you. It's so frustrating. And they're just going to try to distract from this. We're going to have some news that they're going to try to pay no attention to Afghanistan. Everything is fine. Peaceful transition. And we'll be distracted by something else. Yeah, but I totally hear you. I'm curious what story they're going to try to eclipse Afghanistan with, or they'll just focus on the refugee crisis and not the cause of it. It's like, well, why are there thousands of people fleeing their homes for fear of their lives? I don't know. Just happens. But now it's our job to deal with it. All right. Oh, no eyes. I'm getting real forgetful. Yeah, but it's good to have you guys in chat. I need some distraction. All I'm thinking about is having big baseball stitches in my head again. There we go. Maybe I'll do a frown so you can understand the orientation a little better. Longer. Yeah. Something like that. All right. Oh, actually, yeah. Now the boxes are, I guess it's mostly Amazon, but the boxes are full of those little air pillows, those little plastic air pillows. Yeah, I think I only get peanuts from like eBay things and stuff. There's still some people that, or some Kickstarters. Yeah, some Kickstarters, and they use it's like those cylindrical ones that are like corn starch or whatever that you can just put in the bathtub and they all dissolve into a sludge. Yeah, I haven't seen actual peanuts in a long time. Thingiverse. Yeah, it's insane how many people. And yeah, Soviet Russia, how many people just like get caught in the quagmire that is Afghanistan. But we can do it. That's cool. All right, so both of these are, yeah, they are colored. Wow. Getting through it. Let me switch over then. Let's take a look at the comments. Boom, boom, boom. Wait a minute. Let me get things ready here. So last week, the non-dairy creamer, I don't think, yeah, it hasn't come out yet. Oh, just barely, yeah. So must be just after midnight somewhere in the US. So let's go back. That's right. All the dedications. Lil Will, an unknown girl. Yeah, wow, thank you. That was a crazy that was a crazy donation stream last time. Yeah, thanks again for all of that. And there's the proof. There's the dedication. Wow, and lots of love too. Not Sedona levels of love, but still pretty good. All right. The taste, however, oh, wait. The portability of chicken nuggets brought them to unusual places. The taste, however, took them to the dump. Nice. Nice, Ed. The office microwave was a real game changer. All right, and let's see what else we... So the 10th... Oh, that's right. He thought of himself as more of a breakfast toaster ravioli. Uh-oh. Let's see how this went down. It's got some likes. I remember when frosted Pop-Tarts were rare and 99 were not frosted. Now it's the other way around. Both varieties are so full of sugar that you're better off with a bagel or a donut. Yeah. Ain't it the truth? That's right. Yeah, I remember the unfrosted strawberry was what we usually had. I don't know why. I think my mother's, I'll buy you trash food, but I'll buy you slightly, better. I don't know. I don't know how there's any difference, but yeah, slightly less covered in sugar, trashy food. I really miss unfrosted Pop-Tarts. Impossible to get in Canada. That's funny. There's no more unfrosted Pop-Tarts. Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, those always there was something more satisfying about the unfrosted ones because they were all warm. Like the frosting doesn't seem to. It's like that weird hard French frosting that they put on cookies. Sometimes it doesn't do anything. It's like just this like hard shell thing. Since moving up here, I don't miss them. I've discovered Nanaimo bars. They're not just for Christmas. What is a Nanaimo bar? Okay. Oh my god. It is a dessert that requires no baking. From British Columbia. Consists of a wafer, nut, and coconut crumb base. Custard icing. Custard icing. Well, that's custard in the middle? Yeah. And a layer of chocolate ganache on the top. Wow, is anybody familiar with the Nanaimo bars? That's right, Rambo did it. Rambo was writing with the Afghanis, I forgot, in... what was that? Not 4? I can't remember. Yeah, which one? 3 or 4? That's right. I blame this on Rambo. He gave them the confidence and the will to fight. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I'm just obsessing with Nanaimo bars. Yeah. So that's what replaced Pop-Tarts in the heart of this this now Canuck. Yeah, I don't know. That would be weird to live in just a slightly different country. Like going from the US to Canada. I'm sure there's a lot of benefits like socialized medicine and, big nature and stuff. There's a lot of good things about it. But it's just like, it would be like being in a weird little, like a very minor Twilight Zone episode because everything is just a little different, just slightly different, but not different enough that you actually feel like you're living abroad. Yeah, that's got to be a really odd, slight difference. It's having to go to Tim Hortons instead of Dunkin' Donuts. It's like the biggest cultural difference. All right, so nobody, the toaster raviolis just inspired frosted Pop-Tart talk. And what's the other? I think we've already... Oh, yeah, we already looked at this one. Oh, knife. All right, so... Sharpest knife in the bread. Oh, there we go. A bunch of blown out candles. Yeah, right. Yeah. Once the power was restored, they just sat in the smoky... they just sat in the smoky awkwardness. Yeah, it was a lot of candles, like the birthday candles and tea candles were lit, tea lights were lit. They needed that much. Boy, they were lit. Nice. What was that from? 2020. Yeah, that must have been an on-stream thing. 2011. There we go. Kindle versus book. Yeah, I'm drawing the same book, basically, just a little bent up looking version. Oh, look at the text. Wow, look at that detail. I think I took a Kindle screen. Maybe you can't see it so well. But yeah, there's an actual screen from a Kindle with a little battery indicator and everything. He had a front row seat to the death of print. Whoa, 8 comments. Yeah, death always. I don't know. I love my Kindle, but sometimes it's nice to open a real book. I'm liking 10-year-old comments. No, never. Real books don't have batteries that need charging, therefore are even more portable than electric devices. Books can be dropped without much harm. Books! We're getting too bleep technical. Give me a book any day. The word they bleeped was the word used to sew a hole in your sock. You know, the other day someone spelled bastards, and that stood. Oh, I guess there is a profanity filter on this. Oh, then the dead rise to eat the living, and we're huddled together in fear. Remember, Kindles, nooks, etc. can't be burned for warmth or cooking. There you go. Nice. Yeah, I'd say the death of print and see what kind of response you get. Oh, nice. K5 remembers the candles. Drawing all the little smoke on the candles. Oh, here's Christmas. Merry Christmas, 2014. Parking lot snowmen had much lower standards for acceptable partners. Parking lot snowmen. I guess they use those little baby carrots for their noses. Yeah, I don't know how big those are supposed to be. I don't have any reference for scale. Nice. Poor things. Next time it snows and I'm in a parking lot, I shall take a can of white spray paint along for them. No purist-driven snow types, that's for sure. First job I had to spend every hour every morning picking up the larger crap that the college students had failed to dispose of. Couldn't do much with fluids, vehicular and otherwise. Mike. Nice. All right, one more. Yeah, that's cool. The candles. Yeah, I can't believe we've been doing it for long enough that we can go almost 2 years back, and I guess it's last year. 2020 was like 2020 was last year. Hard to believe. Here's a 2006 that nobody saw. Even without batteries, she felt the remote was controlling. Haha. 2007. Oh, look at those little Sharpie drawn milks. What brought them together was their hatred for soda pop. 2007. Potatoes. Potato mashing was never a satisfying career choice for a kitchen utensil. 2006. I say last one. I'm getting all these zeros. Oh, here we go. Baby aspirin felt their love was beyond liquid or chewable. Aww. All right. That's enough 10-year-old cartoons. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that has to definitely be a big difference. Usually don't, you're not risking so much financially. Yeah, that's the thing. There's no safety net in the U.S., and that's kind of the thrill of it is you can get yourself into a situation that's just going to doom you for the rest of your life, and you have a drastic, change in the lifestyle, and just be miserable and suicidal just based on student debt or hospital bills or something. Get into a car accident and see what happens. Yeah, it's just horrible that family wealth, modest working class family wealth can just be wiped out with one easy. It is one unavoidable, act of God. All right, back to the drawing. Let me switch back here for a minute. There we go. Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, I'm not sure how the chat is updating. There it goes. Yeah, kind of okay. Is it frozen? Nice. All right. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. So, and I keep drinking water. There we go. Yeah, I'll just look directly on YouTube because it's not. The line break is very odd on this combined chat. I think it's just the browser window. All right. Oh, very cool. Just the writing part. Yikes. Oh, I don't need the pen, so let's opt for the keyboard here. Oh, I put the I have to dig on my old. Actually, I have to my PC that died. I have to pull the hard drive out of it. I think the file will be on there. But the door chime for the Japanese convenience store that I used long ago, if you guys remember, the old convenience store segments when I was in the office, and there'd be that little door chime song. That's gone off of YouTube, and I couldn't find a MP3 of it anywhere. So I made an MP3 of it from the YouTube video, so I'll have to fish that out. But I have like a digital, I guess it's the American Family Mart. It was what it was called. The American Family Mart tune, and it's very chiptune kind of sounding. It sounds very like digital, like it was just made on a, as opposed to like an old style, doorbell chime. What was digital like in the 80s? It just sounds like very new computer music. So we'll see. yeah American. Well, my wife, I say that to her all the time, like every time we go to the hospital here, I tell her, oh yeah, that thing they just did, that would probably be about $2,000 that we'd have to pay. Or when we just have like some minor thing, like I have to go in like monthly basically to just do a little checkup and get some medicine, some prescriptions renewed. And every time I did that, that would be like $150, just like saying hello to the doctor, here's your new script. And without insurance, just that visit is like $150, $200 doing nothing. They do nothing. They don't even have to look at you. They're just like writing a new prescription. And I guess though the systems are a little bit different because they don't have refills here. They encourage you to if you need more, you have to talk to the doctor again, which prevents drug seeking and stuff, I think, a little bit more. But so she's always amazed by that. Like, so we have to, it's like a $10 copay or $5 copay, or at the worst like $20 copay every time we go, as opposed to, oh, now you have a bill for $200 that you have to pay, like a parking ticket. All right. Yeah, but for like major surgery and stuff, it's insane. And having a baby without insurance is absolutely insane. So you're basically forced to work a shitty job or buy like insanely overpriced insurance before you get pregnant, before you have to deal with all of that. All right. So let's see. So I was thinking of a book made into a movie. It was the videotape of the book, of the movie based on a book that never made it beyond VHS. So I don't know how this connects. And VHS. Uh, so, yeah, something about. So there are so many things that haven't gotten digital remasters and made it to DVD or even Blu-ray. So what's a stupid way to say that? The frustration of only available, maybe. Yeah. On VHS. Okay. A book made into a movie, only available on VHS. I felt the uncaring, the lack of support, the lack of interest. Uh, yeah, let's see. It was? What is it? It was a movie. The story, I guess, was a movie. They were. Yeah, something about the translation or the lack of interest. Yeah, lack of interest is or lack of interest. Lack of interest. As the all right. Lack of interest in the story that became a movie based on a book only available on VHS. This is becoming quite long. Yeah, envy. Yeah, envy. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think there are some releases because they screwed up a lot when they remastered some of these movies, and then like yeah, like Star Wars famously got its weird special editions, which aren't the theatrical releases anymore. But yeah, I can imagine there's probably something only on VHS. There's some things that are only on DVD still. Like I have some DVDs back in the States of movies, more like independent movies and stuff that are never going to make it to Blu-ray or streaming just for lack of interest. But hopefully those kinds of things, that's the kind of thing that ends up on YouTube. Someone will just convert their DVD or BitTorrent sites and things. That's the good thing about that is there may be somebody that cares and puts it out there. Yeah, because when they're talking a lot about the weird like original versions of like weird schlocky horror movies and stuff, it's surprising how many of those you can just find on YouTube. Like people just throw stuff up there that no one is going to do any copyright defense of. And it's interesting stuff that they would take down. Like sometimes it exists in like Hindi or Spanish versions exist on YouTube and maybe I'll go underneath the radar. It's funny, I forget what movie that was I was watching. I was like, wow, this is a really weird dub, but it shouldn't even be here. I forget what that was. Some old 70s movie. The lack of interest. Yeah, or envy. Yeah, maybe book sales. Oh yeah, the fact that books still sell and VHS tapes don't, or the last remaining copy of a uh, of the movie based on a book. Yeah, right. Yeah, they're all opened though. Unfortunately, I didn't leave anything sealed. All right. Or just wondering why there would be a movie based on a book that only existed on VHS. Yeah, why there was a movie based on this book that only was only available on VHS, available with only one L, comma, or a semicolon. Yeah, when the movie based on the book was only available. Or lack of timelessness. Something. Yeah, I don't know if there's something funnier about the contrast between, books are still around and VHS isn't. Oh, yeah, right. Right. Yes. The pencil remarked on the... let's see. Yeah, the pencil should have never stated a preference. I don't know why. The pencil is totally useless just to visually vary the scene there. So a movie, limited interest, limited... Let's see. The movie based on a book only available on VHS made him feel less than eternal. The movie based on him. Him as a book. Yeah, this is where it gets kind of stupid that these inanimate objects are things. So just based on him, only on him only being available. The movie based on him only being available on VHS made him feel less than eternal. That sounds really familiar. I think I've actually... less than eternal. Less than appreciated. Less than cherished. Other two... Yeah, there's two periods. Less than cherished. Cherish is a stupid word. A cherished story for the... Oh, less than a story for the ages? Something like that. The movie based on him only being available on VHS made... This is a very long sentence. There might be a better way to say this. Yeah. Let's see here. Came first. Yeah, the book or the movie. Oh, chicken or the egg. Yeah, that's a good thing too. Oh, that might be a better contemplation. is which came first. Yeah, that might be better because this is not. This is getting very wordy. I'm writing some micro fiction here. Yeah. Fear of being a novelization. That would be pretty funny. Although novelizations are never published in. I guess they can be published in hardback. His worst fear. There we go. Yeah, this is much better. Yeah, his worst fear was being a film only available on VHS. Oh, almost one line. His worst fear was being a novelization of a film only available. Only, I keep spelling available wrong. Okay, available. There we go. His worst fear was being a novelization of a film only available on VHS. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, that is a better take than, yeah, kind of that chicken or the egg thing is good. It's being a novelization of a film only available on VHS. It was being the novelization. Maybe not film, maybe movie. More casual. His worst fear was being the novelization of a movie only available on VHS. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. His worst fear was being the novelization of a movie only available on VHS. Bum bum bum. All right. Go with that. Oh, and then this delivery. So, direct to DVD movie. Yeah, no more like. Oh yeah. Direct to book. Yeah, I wondered if movies ever went directly to directly to book. All right. I'll have to double check if is there punctuation at the end of that. Yes, there is. I saw it. All right. So excited by so now they've lost their purpose. That's good. Yeah, I was thinking of something empty, like not something not being in the box. Yeah. So, contrary to the what the invoice said, it was only a box of packing peanuts. It was only. Or excessively protective. Oh yeah, or kind of like a parents, having to let go. So whatever they were protecting, whatever they were packaging, they knew the day would come where they would have to let whatever was ordered go. Something like that. Yeah, right. To draw that Amazon smile, that what is that? sneering. I forget. Yeah, but that smile. They have to start making it into more of a sneer. That weird Amazon symbol. All right. Let's try the day would come. They knew the would come when they had to be less protective. Where they were forced to be. Oh, they knew the day would come when they would have to be. Have to be less protective. Oh, that's good. That's really good too. K5. The packing peanuts. Yeah, miss the whole get together. Oh yeah, just missing. Yeah, missing the feeling of being useful, like being having a function, having a purpose. Oh. Yeah, it was suddenly had no purpose in life. It was like he suddenly felt a lack of purpose. Lack of purpose. And how much he was going to miss those little peanuts. Oh, yeah, so maybe after many weeks of travel, he suddenly, just barely, doesn't make it. After many weeks of travel, he suddenly felt a lack of purpose in life. Or his purpose fulfilled. He had fulfilled some kind of after many weeks of travel, he felt no, I like the Bezos. The Bezos joke is good. The Bezos sneer on the side of the boxes. Oh, that's crazy if they're gonna have space tourism, which isn't actually space. It's just like a few minutes of like zero gravity. That'd be so crazy if like that's okay to do, but then everyone has to drive electric cars, but you're allowed to burn all the rocket fuel it takes to get into outer space. Or actually, maybe we'll just need all that fuel for the rich elites' trips to their 5 minutes of zero gravity. After many weeks of travel, he suddenly felt he now felt a sudden lack of purpose in life. Many weeks of travel. He, me being the box. Mm. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, you take it out of the box. I don't know. That's all I'm getting. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to do better than that. So after many weeks of travel, he now felt a sudden lack of purpose. I think that lack of purpose is a pretty common. I think I've written a few of those. Out of the 2,000 some cartoons, I think lack of purpose has come up a few times. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of generic, but it fits the action. His worst fear was being the novelization of a movie only available on VHS. God, it's going to get to the point where there isn't anything I can write that I haven't already written. I need some sort of database where I can just search the text of every joke and find out, like they have those plagiarism online searches you can do. See how many times I'm plagiarizing myself. Yeah, right. Where are you going? Where'd you need all that space for? Yeah, it's just going to become. I mean, we're not going to know about it, but it's just going to become a way for the rich to have like 0G sex tours or whatever. Like, we'll never actually have that advertised to us, but once it's clear for civilians to do that, then people are just going to run. Your honeymoon is going to be 5 minutes, 7 minutes in heaven, or whatever they're going to name these tours where you. I guess no one will get pregnant though, because nothing's gonna go the right direction. All right. Yeah, I think both of those. His worst fear was being the novelization of a movie only available on VHS. After many weeks of travel, he now felt he had a lack of purpose in life. Okay. Let's check out my new convenience store background scene thing. Let's see if this works. All right, so you may remember that little door chime. So that's a weird kind of chiptune kind of version of it. But I'm back in a convenience store. Yay! Yeah, it seems like there's like one convenience store in Tokyo or something that everybody takes a picture of. This is probably near like Akihabara or something. It's like if you search Japanese convenience store, this same photo taken by different people comes up again. Yeah, it's just a waste of. Oh, way too loud. Oh, sorry. Yeah, really crazy loud. Thank you. I'll lower that for next time. Bring it down a few decibels. Sorry. Yeah, if you've got this on your your speaker system or whatever. Yeah, sorry about that. If this is coming across a television, yeah, I'll bring it way down because it is that kind of piercing chip tone. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, yeah, it's down by a good 9 decibels. So here we have. I think you've seen the cookie version. Oh man, I forgot yellow keys out. This is yellow packaging. White looks so shimmery, weird. It's magical. I think I've showed you the cookie version of this. And Calorie Mate is this. It's kind of like a meal replacement. I think it's basically made for to keep office workers at their desks, so that they have some caloric intake and don't have to leave, for lunch. Is basically like what so it's not. I don't think it's like necessarily for dieting, because it's not particularly going to help you. It'll help you feel full, and maybe it's less calories than a lunch. It's only 200 calories, so I guess you could use it for dieting, but I think that the idea is, especially with the cookie bars and stuff too, cookie version of it. Remember those little like tasteless wafers? Yeah, is to just keep you functioning at your desk. Sorry. Oh, I thought for sure that would be a little nostalgic to have that back again. Sorry, I just blew everybody's ears out with a horrible chiptune Family Mart chime. So this is the Calorie Mate jelly. So Calorie Mate, the balanced food. This is the jelly version. So it's I think it's a konnyaku jelly. Konnyaku is a kind of like a starchy, like a, not a radish, but yeah, it's a tuber kind of thing that they make gelatin from. So it's not animal hoof jelly, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure they use all vegetable gelatin here. Apple flavor, so we'll see how apple flavor goes. And this is a way to eat your lunch. As I guess as we were talking appropriately, as we were talking about space travel, this is all you would be able to eat. This is your filet mignon in on your space honeymoon is going to be in a pouch like this. So there's a lot of this style of jelly. A lot of it's for diet. Some of it's for sports, like it's a jelly instead of a drink to get vitamins and electrolytes or whatever. It's very apple. Wow, yeah, it tastes like, oh, there's that vitamin powder taste in there though, but it's very apple. I don't know. I don't know why Japan is so obsessed with this. I mean, I guess it's really easy to eat because you literally can just stick this in your mouth, be sucking down gelatin, and keep working at your keyboard. Like literally, you can just do this because see how it's grooved. You can literally just go like this and keep working. I'm typing away. I'm not losing any productivity. So I think, yeah, this is definitely a thing. It looks like the design of the packaging has a really weird like 60s or maybe early 70s nostalgia look of like diet foods and things in America. But I think this is from like boom time Japan. I think it's more like the 80s. Yeah, it's better when it's colder. But yeah, it's got, I think it must have like apple juice or something in it because it tastes just very appley. But it's got all the vitamins, A and all your B's, and your vitamin D's and your calcium and yeah, everything. Yeah, so it's one of those kind of weird nutrition. You don't taste that so much in the wafers. They don't taste like anything, but you don't taste the vitamin powder. This is not, I don't think, a preferable way to intake nutrition. I don't know why. It's very space food though. But yeah, it's okay. It's not I don't know. I don't know why you would choose this over something else, because you can get, they make very compact lunches. They make the little onigiri, the kind of rice balls with some, fish or veggies or something, inside of it, which is a decent, it's at least 200 calories, so like 150, 200 calories. So that's enough of a substantial meal. That's the same kind of meal replacement as this would be. So I don't know why. Maybe just the futurism or the technology of this. And this contains, your whole balanced food range of vitamins. To my right, oh, hot dogs. Yes. There's probably what they call like a sausage bread. Yeah, it's like a flattened piece of bread with a cooked hot dog in it with like mustard on it or mayonnaise or ketchup sometimes. Yeah, like a sausage roll. It's like just kind of a flattened hot dog bun, but maybe more buttery. It's like a maybe a little bit heavier bun than a hot dog roll, and yeah, it's got some kind of sausage in it, and even the like the hot dogs or the sausage or the wieners here have more of a more European style, so they have more of a snap to them. They have the skin on them that has a little more texture. But yeah, this wait, here, right here, it's probably a sausage bread. Yeah, this whole row, this whole I hate that. This whole row here, yeah, there we go. This whole row here looks like sausage bread. And then potato chips and all the cup noodle you could ever want. Yeah, look at all that cup noodle. uh, yeah, yeah. You can get an egg sandwich, a hamburger, sausage roll, egg salad, anything, room temperature. Yeah, it's just vacuum sealed in plastic, but it's just sitting out room temperature. Yeah, it's crazy. Or even like a pork cutlet. There's so many things that they'll put in those breads, and I guess because their shelf life is, literally just 2 days. Like everything gets thrown out. The expiration dates are pretty short, and the convenience stores, the chain convenience stores, they just throw so much stuff out so quickly. But actually, like it's kind of rare to see, especially the bread section, that full. If you catch it at the wrong time, it's almost empty. If people like lunchtime or after school or whatever, they restock those so often because they get cleared out. Like they really have their inventory down to a science. Like each area, each location really knows what's popular and what sells out. And so, the less perishable stuff, like the cup noodle and stuff and the potato chips, will be around longer because they have longer expiration. But those breads are gone like really, really quickly. And so they don't have to worry about expiration. And I guess the way that they cook them, they don't have to worry about, I don't know, salmonella or whatever else you could get from unrefrigerated meats. Yeah, but it's funny that egg salad just sits at room temperature. And eggs too, they don't refrigerate eggs here, but I think they wash them very thoroughly. The outside of eggs are cleaner, and that's where you get, I think, the problems, where you get the contamination. It's not the inside of the eggs going bad, it's the not washing the shells well enough, and then like very commercial farming, and so you're putting feces of chickens or whatever into your omelet. Yeah, I don't think it's not crazy heavy in preservatives, but you're right, they must do something to it. It has to be processed in some weird way to not make you sick. So I don't know how much like egg it actually is. Maybe it's just like a powdered egg that they make into some sort of egg like, because it's always very like weird thin layers. That's probably what it is. It's like powdered eggs, or like dried dried beef or whatever. So it's more I don't know, somehow safer. I'm having my full lunch here right now. But Japanese people are really sensitive to preservatives and stuff. There's a whole, like a bread company that makes a whole bunch of like kids' breads and stuff that my wife completely won't touch, because she said there's too many preservatives. Like that company is known as putting heavy preservatives in their products so that they have a longer shelf life. So you choose other companies that don't do that. So I think there's like kind of a consumer sensitivity to that, which is a little bit different than the US, because we don't notice all that much. But it's weird. There's so much like weird science in Japanese food. That would be a fun thing to study, although most of these companies would probably not want to divulge any of their secrets. But it would be fun to find out how they do some of these crazy things. Well, just like the hot dog. Yeah, the hot dog must be like a weird kind of hot dog. It must not be a normal. It must be specially made for shelf things. But just like the technology that developed the cup noodle and instant ramen and stuff is that was a very big step in Japanese kind of convenience store technology. It was like an after the war thing. It kind of saved people from not having to eat bread all the time. Sausage that can sit on a shelf. Yeah, because it's not oily. It's not like greasy or oily like like an actual cooked sausage would be. So it must be some kind of like special modified version. And same with the egg salad and even the pork cutlet. There's no way you can just leave pork out in plastic for days. I have no idea. But there's really surprising stuff. Yeah, that's true. It's probably like a special kind of cured meat that they don't have to worry about. So basically, it's just like jerky. Like you don't never worry about, unless it gets wet. You never worry about jerky going bad. So this might be the Japanese version of jerky. All right. See, I've almost finished my lunch and I haven't lost any productivity. Amazing. Yeah, this stuff lasts forever too. This will be good. So I'll be sending all of you guys for our little tasting, our little snack together. I'll be sending you all egg salad. See how brave, or those sausage. I'll send everyone a sausage roll. Mm. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of like yakisoba, which is like a fried like a pan fried noodle in sauce, similar to like a ramen noodle. There's that in a sandwich. There's the fried potato. What are those called? Croquetas. There's so it's like a fried. It's like mashed potatoes or like a shredded potato, deep fried. Is a little patty in sandwiches. Trying to think. And then they have like creams and custards. They have like a dessert version of some of them too. Well, they have like the lunch or meat version, and then they'll have like a dessert version, which is just cream and like strawberry jam or custard and chocolate, covered in chocolate or something. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Japan has really good food safety, and they're really honest about, we can't guarantee everything's going to be 100% safe in the summer, so be more cautious about what you eat and how you deal with things in the summer, because the high heat and high humidity is going to make bacteria go crazy. So yeah, just be more careful. There will definitely be more food poisoning cases in the summer, so just pay attention. But yeah, the food safety is really amazing. Fast food in Japan, I've never been sick, and I get sick every time I eat fast food in America. And all the raw food here, all the sushi and uncooked food here, and I only once from raw chicken did I actually get sick, and that was because it was chicken that was seared on one side, so it was raw, but they seared it on just the one edge for, I guess, a variety, like a different kind of texture, and I think that just excited whatever was going on in that bad chicken. Like the middle of it probably got a nice bacterial load, so I had some of that and got some salmonella. That was a week of hell. I literally lost like 10 pounds, I think 10-15 pounds that week, because I could only eat like tofu soup, and was just like, everything was just coming out of me. It was horrible. Anyhow, back to the so I gotta be careful. I can't keep flipping to that convenience store segment. Oh wait, let's do a test though. Okay, here's a test. Here's the 9 decibels lower. How's that? Better? Maybe. Okay, so that's a bit lower, so I'll try to be more careful. Okay, back to drawing. No, what's the origin of Oreo? I have not. Still a little too much. Damn. Okay, I'll do that offline so you don't have to listen to it again. Yeah, it's just I think it's the octave that it's in. It's the type of sound. It's real biting. I gotta get my old one back. I'll find the old one on the old hard drive. Okay, yeah, I'll take it down maybe like 10 or 12. So it's just like a background, like you hear it as a transition, but it's not like shriekingly loud. Sorry about that. All right. Okay. So yeah, let me just make these into actual JPEGs. All right. A buying stuff online joke. Wow. Yeah. Oh, so what's the Oreo? Sorry, what's the Oreo origin? Don't make me ask Wikipedia. Because I'm sure they'll lie. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it down. I don't want it to be so disruptive. I just want it to be familiar, not ear splitting. All right. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's right. The new default screen is Lightroom photos. Oh, no, it's not. There it is. It's a buffalo. Nice. Oh, is it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, how many seconds is that? Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's like six. It's like 6 or 8 seconds. Yeah, I'll keep looking. That original one. The original one was pretty long, but it wasn't so intrusive. But that was a little nostalgia. That was what got John to sign up for the Patreon. Is he heard that over Christmas and was homesick for Japan. All right. Oh yeah. Let me open the. Oh, the story. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, not my door chime. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll take a look at that on YouTube. Nice. Yeah, the I was just listening to the origin of the Mars Candy Company. That was crazy. Like the Snickers, Three Musketeers. Those were all invented really, really early. And it was like a guy that like just tried and failed and tried and failed so many times to at best he just wanted to be a local candy distributor, and it was actually his son that his son, who was a marketing kid but who kind of estranged son, told him, why don't you put like a malted, they were drinking malted milkshakes at like a soda fountain, and why don't you put malted in a candy bar, and that was the Milky Way. And so from there the success happened, but the father almost screwed up the success, and it wasn't until like his son took it to Europe, I think, and kind of perfected everything that it became like the popular thing that it was. So it's funny, you just some people, and I'm worried about this defect in myself. Like some people just can't get out of their own way. Like they could do well, they could be successful, but they just can never quite make that step. They always like self-sabotage and do something that just, makes it impossible for them to kind of reach a next level. And maybe it is kind of a dispassion. If you have a passion for something, or you care very much about, like maybe he was very passionate about candy, so he had very specific ideas about what kind of candy he wanted to make, and his son was just marketing, and he said this will sell. And so that might be just the difference is you have to be kind of dispassionate or, unemotional about what you're doing if you want to sell it well. So all of the things that we know, established brands and stuff, are all made by people with no soul that are totally dead inside, heartless captains of industry. But I think that's the case of, like Starbucks and things, and McDonald's too. Yeah, all of those stories of those origins of any sort of large chain is, it was original good idea by a passionate, person or group of people, and then it was just exploited by investors to globalize, and they don't care. It could have been anything. They could have been selling anything. They don't care if it was cheeseburgers or French roast coffee or whatever. It doesn't matter at all. So yeah, very odd. Crazy. Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's so funny too that that was like such an original idea back then. I guess because nougat, that fluffy nougat thing was a European thing. Like they didn't have it as much in American candy. So yeah, that's what made all the difference. And then throwing peanuts in there, you gotta have the peanuts in there. Like Snickers, that was always. I'll probably upset some people with my little hierarchy, but always, the fun size from trick or treating. Snickers were always my top top tier, and then it went down like the less stuff that was in it. So what was it? So Three Musketeers is only nougat, right? There's no caramel. So Milky Way's caramel and nougat. Three Musket. Oh, I forget what it's in the Three Musketeers. But yeah, that was kind of the order. The less stuff that was in it would go down in yeah, in value for me as a currency during the trading phase of Halloween. Uh, yes, I'm very candy elitist as far as how many things have to be in your candy bar. Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't had a Snickers in so long here because the Snickers they have in Japan are all Chinese peanuts. Like it's all, and who knows what else, but there's a bunch of ingredients from China. So I'm like, I don't want to eat a Chinese Snickers. And maybe American Snickers are Chinese Snickers now too. Who knows? I would imagine though we have a pretty big peanut industry in the U.S. I wouldn't imagine they would just let those go to waste. But yeah, in Japan, it's all Chinese ingredients. So I mean, I don't know how badly you can screw up a peanut, but I'm not about to find out. Nice. Oh, sorry. There we go. There's the chat. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Three Musketeers is just the whipped. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's funny. And how random those names are. Funny and random. They must have been. I think it was the son though. They came up with those names. The marketing son. So he may have had some clues. Yeah, he was. He was a marketer for Camel cigarettes. And the only reason he and his father got back together is because he got arrested. The son got arrested in Chicago for being a little too aggressive with like plastering posters and signage for Camel cigarettes all over the city. So he got arrested for like littering or whatever. I don't know whatever the charge was, or maybe defacing property. And his mother was in Canada, so the father bailed him out, and then they started talking candy, and the rest is history. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, something other than this buffalo. That's not a great background. Oh well. Well, I saved the previous background too for this one, so we don't have to only look at the buffalo. Oh man. Oh, but it's almost 5, so here. So maybe I should. Yeah, we got the cartoons came out pretty painlessly. So yeah, maybe we should wrap it up in a little bit because I can't stop thinking about candy bars. I'm probably gonna have to find. Yeah, they make some pretty good candy bars in Japan too. The taste though, the chocolate company is like. It's not European, it's not American. It's like this weird middle ground of sweetness and consistency. Maybe more European in aesthetic because that's what they do here. No, you can get them at the import shops, but no domestically distributed Skittles. There's a couple of import stores that carry uh, some random candies that aren't available here, and I've seen Skittles there, like the tropical fruit and stuff. Skittles I've seen, but it's very unpredictable. They don't stock them reliably. But they've got M&Ms and Snickers, and and that's about it, because like there's no Hershey bars here, because I think those kind of compete with some of the domestic chocolate companies, the cheap chocolate bars. And of course, Kit Kat is a whole thing here. Kit Kat bars are ever present. But I'm trying to think. Yeah, and then there's I go to too many import stores, so I get confused about like what's actually officially distributed here and what's just overpriced at an import shop. So it's funny. Yeah, and that's funny whenever I have people visiting. I always like, oh, this is a good shop, we should go, they have a lot of import things here. But when people visit Japan, they don't want to eat import stuff. So it's very funny. My sensibility and my thinking is like so screwed up now for being out of context. Like nobody wants to come to Japan and eat Snickers bars. They want to eat matcha tea, Kit Kats. Yeah, it's really crazy. Yeah, Kit Kats they adopted those heavily. Yeah, and it caught on really well, and it works really well with the tourists too, because it's a kind of a foreign candy style, but with their weird flavor. They put their weird flavor spin on it, like cream stew or whatever. Crazy Kit Kats. Yeah, there's always. We'll have to see what summer Kit Kat flavors there are. Always something. Oh man. But yeah, I should wrap up. I think I'll have to do some driving this evening, so I may as well wrap it up now. Oh, but I did find there's a new non-alcohol beer in Japan that I should try on stream, and then I can have beer snacks then, because it's no alcohol, so can drive. But people are saying that it's actually like pretty close. It's like a you almost can't tell, not like the O'Doul's or whatever, some of that really horrible near beer kind of stuff in the US, but it's actually a beer that it's not classified as an alcoholic beverage because it's less than 1%, but it still tastes, it has the flavor of Japanese beer. And Japanese beer is often drank as a beverage with food, so it doesn't have to be amazing. But the diet beers, like the 0-calorie beers here, are the worst. Yeah, they've got like artificial sweeteners and stuff in them. They're really disgusting. So I'm curious to try that. So I'll bring one of those on stream as soon as possible, and we'll have some non-alcohol beer and beer snacks. So yep, take care everybody, and thank you so much for being with me. Yeah, K5, Joe, it's great to have you guys online, and tomorrow the weekly is going to be tomorrow instead of Friday, so I got to get it done before my appointment. So yeah, take care everyone, and abusecartoons.com is the website, abusecartoons on Twitter, and this stream is on both Twitch and YouTube. And visit patreon.com/abusecartoons to support what's going on here and get some physical goods. And also the archive that we looked at is gocomics.com/domestic abuse. So take care everybody, and I will do this again next time with you, and hopefully not with the buffalo. All right, take care. See you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.